Yo, what's going on, man? Today is March the 1st, 2023. This is your boy Chris, and this is the Cashed It with Chris NBA betting show slash podcast, presented to you guys as always by the Basketball Forever Podcast Network. Be sure to check out the Basketball Forever Podcast Network, man. It's a lot of great podcasts over there. Big selection of podcasts to listen to as well. All of the podcasts can be found on all the podcast streaming platforms, as well as my own as well, man. The Casted with Chris podcast can be found over there Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So today's episode will be uploaded and uh, able to consume all audio on audio. So check those out. Man, we had a day yesterday. We had a really good day yesterday. I appreciate you guys for joining me and tapping in. I do ask that you guys hit the like button for me if you guys can, just to show some support for the show. We've been trending in the right direction recently. Three best bets that I gave out yesterday on the show, which were at the bottom, so you guys can see the best bets that I had yesterday. Portland and Golden State to go under. That was going under the whole entire time. The Lakers and Memphis, man, that third quarter almost killed us. 47, I think, to 35. But we do get what we need at the end without a basket being made, and we cashed that one as well. And then the last one I was on was the San Antonio and the Utah game, and I talked about San Antonio offense just being really, really bad. About Utah not having Jordan Clarkson. So that was never a sweat at all. That game, was under from the beginning. I honestly should have took the trifecta under, because that was the first quarter, first half, and full game all flew under the total. So hopefully we can keep it going today, man. I do got a couple spots that I'm looking at, but I feel like the book's asleep. I feel like I don't have all the lines that I want, and that makes it really, really difficult. I'm sitting here waiting to bet because I know what I want to bet and don't have the information. So like I said, hit the like button for me if you guys can, as you guys join the show. And let's get into it, man. Let's get into a couple of the games that I want to talk about. Quick, it'll be a quicker show today. But I do got some games that I want to talk about. So let's start with let's just go in order. The first game on the board. So we got Chicago and we got the Detroit Pistons. So the Bulls and the Pistons will be okay. We finally got a total. Okay, I was looking for a total. The total actually just popped up at Bet Online. It looked like it's going to open at about 225 live. That's pretty insane. That I just started the show. I've been literally waiting for this total since I finished the show last night. So let's talk about the game. So Chicago Bulls and the Detroit Pistons. You guys should know where I'm looking at in this one, man. I'm looking at the under. I wasn't 100% sure what it was going to open at, but I see a 225 and a half at at Bet Online, which is the only book that has it posted right now. If that total comes out on a sports book that I have access to, which in Virginia we have access to about 12, 13 sports book, I'm definitely taking the under if it's at 225. So let's get into it. Detroit, looking at Detroit, 4-0 to the under as a home favorite. As a home dog in the month of February, only averaging about 210 points in those games. We know that their offense is taking a big step back. They will probably get Jade Nabi back. I talked about it yesterday on the Crispy Captain NBA show. They'll also get Bogdanovich back as well. But you look at the Pistons as home dogs, and like I said, they're only averaging about 210 points in that spot. I don't see a turn up in their offense. Playing against the Chicago Bulls team that lost yesterday in Toronto. On the second leg of a back-to-back, right? So one thing I looked at for the Bulls was, they are 3-1 to the under in road games playing on the second leg of a back-to-back. The average points in those games are about 220. So we know that Chicago's really picked it up defensively. They are the first rated defensive team over the last 7 games, last 10 games, last 5 games, post All-Star break, all of that. This team is playing really, really slow. They're not scoring a lot of points, but they are locking you up on the defensive end. Patrick Beverley only adds to that as well. And Chicago ranks 24th offensively. So they're not scoring a lot of points over the last 7 games, last 10 games, last 5 games. You take out the game against the Brooklyn Nets where they scored 131 points and they really struggled to score the ball. Detroit is 28th offensively ranked the last 7 games, and they're 13th defensively. So while they aren't scoring, they are, playing some pretty good defense. I think that's just Coach Dwayne Casey trying to keep his guys motivated and help develop them as well. So that's what I got for you guys in the first one. Like I said, the total, I see it right now at 225.5, but it's only on Bet Online. I will be taking the under if the total comes out on any of the sports books that I have access to. I will be taking the under 225, and I would jump on the total early. If you guys like it, you like the analysis that I just gave, I'll be looking to play that total early just because I do expect the line to move. I do expect it to drop as well. So that's what I'm looking at in that one. That was probably going to be my favorite under spot of the day. Let's move along. Let's go to the Knicks game. So the Brooklyn Nets will be traveling up the street or down the street, across the street somewhere. I know it's close from Brooklyn to Madison Square Garden. So uh, the Knicks are laying 7.5 points now, man. This line is moving, and do I agree with the movement from 7 to 7.5? Absolutely do. I talked about this one yesterday on the Crispy Cap and NBA show as well. The Knicks should smash. I think that they absolutely demolished the Nets in this spot. I don't know what happens early because we do see the Nets come out with, as much as they typically have in the tank. They do it in the first half, in the first quarter. But do I expect this team to kind of fold in the second half? I absolutely do. You look at this Brooklyn Nets team, and they are on the second leg of a back-to-back. Not a lot of travel, but they did play hard last night against the Bucks. This is also a third game in 4 nights for them as well. And we know what the Knicks have been doing, man. The Knicks have been absolutely balling at the house, on the road. It doesn't really matter where they've been playing. This team is coming off a really solid win at home against the Boston Celtics. So playing off one day's rest as well. And what did I have for them as far as stats? So yeah, 8-2 straight up, 7-2-1 against the spread. Do I expect this spread to balloon to 8.5? Absolutely do. If you guys like the Knicks, hop on them now because this line I think is going to move. It opened at 7. It's already up to 7.5. One thing I looked at in this game to kind of give me some support for the Knicks, 70% fade of the Nets, is when you look at teams this season that's playing on the second leg of a back-to-back and a third game in 4 nights, and they're road dogs and they're less rested. Since the start of the new calendar year, 2023, if they're playing in a conference game, those teams are 6-14-1 against the spread. That's a 70% fade of the New York Knicks. I'm sorry, of the Brooklyn Nets in this spot. Also, so that's a fade spot. Also, looking at some support for the Nets this season. Excuse me, home favorites in conference games that are playing an opponent that's on the second leg of a back-to-back, and the home favorite actually is rested. They have more than they're not playing on the second leg of a back-to-back. Since the start of the calendar year, those teams are 18-7-2 against the spread as well. That's 72% says to take the New York Knicks today, even with them laying 7. And then I also looked at home favorites in conference games against an opponent that's playing on the second leg of a back-to-back and third game in 4 nights. Those teams are winning and covering at a really high rate as well. So three trends that are all 70% or higher that backs the New York Knicks minus the 7.5 today. If you like it, like I said, get on that one now. I am going to play it. I haven't played it yet in full transparency, but I am going to play the Knicks minus the 7.5. Also, like I talked about, the under as well in the Detroit and Chicago game. And then one more game I want to talk about real quick, and then I'll just kind of take some questions or look at the chat. I want to talk about the Lakers and the Oklahoma City Thunder game. So it looks like the Lakers, this line isn't available on a lot of books either, but it looks like the Lakers, the total is going to be about 235.5 points. I like the under in that spot. And it looks like not an official play, but I do like the under if that looks like a soft total. I don't think the totals come out yet. And it looks like the Lakers are going to be laying a point and a half in this one. Do I like the Lakers in this game? I absolutely do, man. I feel like this is a must-win spot for the Lakers. You see how well, for people who watched the game last night, you see how well the Lakers start the game. They really were focused on the defensive end. Winning that game at halftime as a 9-point dog, in Memphis on the first leg of a back-to-back. Here's why I like the Lakers. Because if you do what you did last night with Anthony Davis and Jared Vanderbilt, and you play with that same defensive intensity and tenacity, I think you absolutely win this game. It's a must-win game for the Lakers as well, especially with LeBron James not being there. This is more of a field play for me. You also, you think about why the Lakers lost that game. They lost the game because Ja Morant just went nuclear in the third quarter. Pretty much getting to the rim, doing whatever it was that he wanted, took over the game. Um, on the opposite side for the Oklahoma City Thunder, they don't have a guy with SGA being ruled out due to health and safety protocol that's going to be able to do that. This team is taking a really, really deep slide right now. They're only 4-6 in their last 10 games. They still they actually the Lakers actually have a better record than them right now by a game, 29-33 to 28-33. The Thunder didn't play their starters as much last night, but I don't really think that matters. The Thunder are 0-4 straight up and 0-2 against the spread in their last 4 games. So to me, it kind of feels like this team maybe just kind of packing it in. And I've been talking about that recently. So revenge game for the Lakers as well. We know that the Oklahoma City Thunder beat LA on the second leg of a back-to-back on the night that LeBron James broke the all-time scoring record. So, maybe that's some added motivation, but I know the Lakers need this game. I know that they're the better defensive team. And you look at this Thunder team, their defense is really taking a step back. Just pretty much giving up whatever it is that the other team wants. Last night, Sacramento scored 123 points. The game before that, Sacramento scored 124 points. Phoenix scored 124 against this team, and they gave up the game and blew it to Utah on the first game after the All-Star break. Gave up 120 points in that spot as well. So I think the Lakers have enough offense. D'Angelo Russell also hasn't been ruled out for this game. He is listed as doubtful and probably won't play, but he is with the team. So he could potentially play in this spot as well. I do like the Lakers. I would take them on the money line, minus the 1.5. But I wouldn't take the spread too much higher than that. I do think it's going to be a close game. I do expect the Lakers to win this game today. So those would probably, though right now, currently, those would be, the best bets that I'm looking at. I'm looking at Chicago and Detroit to go under whatever the total is. It looked like it's going to be about 225.5 points. I'm also looking at the Knicks, New York Knicks, minus the 7.5. If you guys can still get that, I would probably go ahead and jump on that right now. I'm also looking at the Lakers, minus the 1.5. Minus 1.5 is probably as high as I want to play it, but those would be the 3 best bets for me right now. Are there other things on the card that I absolutely like as well? Yes, just kind of waiting on numbers. You look at the Portland game. Portland was laying 2 points last night. Even before the game started, they faced the New Orleans Pelicans today, and right now that spread is still at 2. The total's at 232 points. I like the under in that spot. Portland will be on the second leg of a back-to-back, probably relying more on their defense. And I also think that the Pelicans they really struggled to score the ball recently. So looking at all the trends, this team cannot shoot the ball. Is literally Brandon Ingram or nothing, especially with CJ McCollum having a hand injury. So I look for the Portland Trailblazers to be able to win this game, but I don't necessarily know if I want to trust them to win the game. I just think that the total goes under in that one as well. But just a lean for me. Haven't played it officially yet. It looks like that Detroit and Chicago total is going to open up a little bit higher than the 225.5 that you guys see on the screen as well. It looks like it's going to open at 227 based on Wager Talk Live eye screen. So I would definitely be playing that total under if I can get it under 225.5. If I can get it over 225.5, I'm definitely playing the number. I like it down to 225 as well. And then Cleveland and Boston, waiting on the line there. Don't have a total in that game, but it is a conference game. I do expect that game to go under as well. So I really like that under spot for Cleveland and Boston. Boston coming back home after getting embarrassed by the Knicks the other day. Cleveland is rested as well, and they're on the road. Their offense typically struggles a lot on the road, and I think Boston will be motivated in this spot. So I do like that game to go under as well. And then one more lean that I have for you guys. I'm looking at Memphis. So DraftKings just opened at 227 for the Bulls and the Pistons. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. I like the 227. Under 227. If you guys can get that. Matter of fact, let me change it for the people who come in here and join late. I don't want people to get the worst of the number. If you can get this line under 227, hop on it. That's what I'm going to be playing today. And I wanted to talk about one more thing real quick. What was it? Memphis and Houston. So Memphis is going to be laying 9.5. Well, open at 9.5. They will be laying 10 points on the road here as a road dog against the Houston Rockets, who got smashed last night against the Denver Nuggets. Do I expect it to happen again? Absolutely, I do. Would I be laying the 10 points for Memphis? Absolutely, I would. You look at this Houston team. The best thing about Houston is that they can rebound the ball. Without rebounding the ball, this team struggles so much offensively that without rebounding the ball, it's going to be really, really difficult, for them to be competitive in games, because they just lack 3-point shooting, and it's really, really difficult to score in the paint against the Houston Rockets. So the reason why I like Memphis to be able to cover is because Houston struggles. They're not going to be able to rebound the ball as well tonight as they typically do against these other teams. We know that the Houston Rockets are one of the better rebounding teams, and for that reason alone, everybody is on the. I think everybody's going to play for Memphis. Maybe you want to wait and make sure Ja's in. He did take a hard fall last night. I didn't see him pop up on the injury report at all, but I would be looking towards landing 10 points for Memphis. I think Memphis, even if this game, starts a little slow, I think Memphis wins and covers this game as well. So those are the top looks that I kind of gave you guys. Chicago, Detroit, under 227 as that line becomes available. DraftKings has already moved down to 226.5. So you really got to get on these lines early, man, if you get a chance, because this is all happening live. Chicago, Detroit, under. Brooklyn and the Knicks laying the 7 with the New York Knicks at home, the 7.5 as well. Cleveland and Boston under. I see it looks like DraftKings just opened at a 223. I will be playing the under in that game. And then Memphis and Boston laying the 10 points with Memphis on the road as a home favorite. The Lakers should win that game -1, -1.5, man. So those would be the best bets that I have for you guys today. Also, New Orleans and Portland to go under the 232.5 with the New Orleans Pelicans offense just playing so bad. So those are my top looks for the day. All the best bets you guys will be able to see kind of strolling down at the bottom as well. So if you guys join late, that's what I'm looking at for you guys. A lot of comments here, man. I'm not gonna be able to get to all of them. Let's see what we got. Under gang, I appreciate you guys for rocking with me on the unders, man. We've been rolling on the unders. Let's keep it going. Good morning, Anthony. Let's see. Lot of early looks. Good morning. Mine is fine. Good morning from Illinois. Callie tapping in 4 a.m. alarm set. Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that for sure, man. Let's get some cash, man. What's up, Derek? What up, what up, DJ? Phoenix Dynasty starts today. Phoenix should absolutely smash the Charlotte Hornets as well. I know that they're 10-point favorites in that game. Charlotte will be without LaMelo Ball, who's done for the rest of the season. They should smash those guys today. Durant first game. They should absolutely obliterate that team. They should win by 15 to 20 points today. Good morning, Kiss. Congrats on the unders yesterday. I tailed all of them. I appreciate you, Raptors fan. KD is supposed to play today, Jew. He is supposed to play. Jordan Poole, highest score, plus 1,500 last night. Thanks for the look on the late show, Chris. Yeah, I didn't give that out, but I did think Jordan Poole was going to go crazy last night. And I told you guys Dame probably wouldn't have, close to 70 points, especially on the first leg of a back-to-back. That Golden State defense know how to get the ball out of, playmakers' hands and make somebody else beat them. And I talked about Portland just not having a lot of guys that could score the ball. I like the 76ers, quick revenge today, short number. I couldn't talk you off the 76ers, man. They should win today. They should absolutely win. It went to 226.5 that fast on DraftKings. It did. Cleveland Boston total is 225.5. It looks like if you can get Cleveland and Boston at 225.5, I'm taking the under in that game. I see Cleveland and Boston at 223. So I didn't play it, but that's what I would be looking at there. Don't you think second leg of a back-to-back means overs because of tired legs? It just depends. It depends on offensive, ability. It depends on possessions. I typically look at all of those things. So sometimes, it can mean an over. Sometimes it can mean an under. Teams have been going under on the second leg of back to backs as well because they just can't score. You see the pace of play slow down as well. So it really just depends. Lee. I don't know which game you're talking about. If it's the Portland game, I'm not looking towards the over in that game with the way Portland can struggle to score the ball at times. And I've been watching the Pelicans. Their offensive efficiency has been atrocious lately. They just don't have a lot of guys that can score the ball. I may be looking at a player prop under in that game as well. In that New Orleans and Portland game. I got to figure out who I want to take their unders on, but I will be looking probably towards the under. Also, I forgot to mention this in the Brooklyn and Knicks, the Brooklyn and New York game. Nicholas Claxton PRA to go under is also something that I'm gonna take a harder look at as well. I think he's went under in 5, 6, 7 straight games, and his PRA is typically about 20 and a half, 21 and a half. I think last night he had like 16, 17. Today he gets an even more difficult matchup. Yesterday he had to do it against he's down there against Giannis and against Brook Lopez. It gets no easier for him today being down there today with Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, and any of those guys from the Knicks. So I like the under on his PRA as well. Nicholas Claxton, that is. Under for LA and OKC is 230. Yeah, it is 230. I don't know if I like it as much as 230, but if the Lakers gonna win the game, it will be because of their defense. I more so want to take the Lakers as a side in that game versus the total. And some places have OKC as a favorite, other places have Lakers as a favorite. So if you can get on the Lakers +1, that's gonna be the best line that you guys probably gonna be able to get. I really low key almost didn't do a show today because none of the lines were out, and I was kind of waiting for them, and now they're coming available as I'm doing the show, which is making the show go a little longer. FanDuel finally got the total in the Bulls game at 226.5. Derek, I'm about to log off, and I'm playing that. I'm playing that ASAP. Official play 226.5, because that number is gonna go down. I can almost guarantee you guys that the number is gonna go down throughout the day. I like that number to go under. If you guys want to ride with me, you can. I'm more confident in the under in Portland game, but LA OKC not so much. OKC has gone over. They have gone over, but I think this is a different one. And Stephen said, bet online Lakers plus money. Get the Lakers at plus money if you guys can, man. Do the money line, do the +1, whatever you guys can get. Get the best odds, shop around as well. I know you guys see the -1.5 because that's what I saw earlier. All the books aren't available. Take the Lakers as the dog if you guys can. I do think that they win that game if you guys want to ride with me. So that's what I got for you guys, man. 23 minutes in the books. I asked that you guys only hit the like button for me, share the show. Let's try to keep going. We're running pretty hot right now. Best of luck to you guys today. Be back at 5:30 as always, 5:30 Eastern time. We'll have more lines. We'll have more, odds. We'll have more totals. And if I like anything, I'll definitely have a, update for you guys throughout the day. Best of luck to you guys and all your action that you guys have today. I'm out.